Listen, Hillary won the popular vote last time, and it's possible she could win because this time she would not have Russia working against her, maybe, or maybe they would. I don't know. Probably they would, but she doesn't have Comey trying to, destroy her candidacy, which is what he basically did.
January 21st, 2017. One day after President Trump is sworn in, hundreds of thousands of demonstrators take to the streets, among them the wife and daughters of FBI Director James Comey.
Comey trying to, destroy her candidacy, which is what he basically did.
Is your wife Patrice, Hillary Clinton supporter?
Oh, yeah. I didn't take a poll among all the kids, but I'm pretty sure that at least my 4 daughters, probably all 5 of my kids, wanted Hillary Clinton to be the first woman president.
I wanted a woman president really badly, and I supported Hillary Clinton. A lot of my friends worked for her.
She doesn't have Comey.
Dumb cunt.
Who, me? Talking to me?
Oh, yeah.
You're so fucking ugly and your face is fucking foul. Jeez, you're so fucking loud. Can you shut your fucking mouth? Can you shut the fuck up?
So let's get some sex topics in here.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
Oh. So wait. Are you the one putting on the handcuffs, or are you handcuffed?
No, to be clear, I'm always putting on the handcuffs.
Oh.
Avenatti appeared without handcuffs after surrendering himself to marshals early this morning. A public defender entered a not guilty plea on his behalf.
And for this week and this week alone, MAGA stands for something a little different. Michael Avenatti got arrested. MAGA! Michael Avenatti's going to prison. I'm sorry. I don't want to be canceled. Democratic presidential hopeful. I heard this from Brian Potato Head Seltzer for years on CNN, right?
There's been a lot of attention about whether you're going to run for president in 2020. How serious are you at this moment in time about that?
I'm very serious, Brian, and I'm getting more serious by the week because I'm traveling around the country and people are encouraging me to do it.
Looking ahead to 2020, one reason why I'm taking you seriously as a contender is because of your presence on cable news. I've been getting some grief from Sean Hannity this weekend for once suggesting that I thought Avenatti could be a serious candidate for president. Was that stupid on my part?
This was a guy who in many ways was very similar to Trump. I think that's what really drew a lot of Trump's critics to him, was this idea that he could sort of beat Trump at his own game.
He has beaten Trump at his own game.
Brash and cocky Avenatti says the key to beating Trump in 2020 is to beat him at his own game.
He's Donald Trump's worst nightmare. Michael Avenatti.
Donald Trump, I am thoroughly enjoying living in your head, rent-free, Donald Trump.
Mr. President, you and your advisors and your lawyers need to bring it. Bring it. And this is going to end in a disaster for Donald Trump, as it should. His criminal enterprise and his criminal conduct is finally going to catch up to him. I can promise you that.
I am not going to be intimidated.
You're facing, if convicted on all of these charges, up to the rest of your life in prison. Are you nervous?
I am nervous. I'm concerned. I'm scared.
Fact check true.
I am not going to be intimidated.
I'm scared.
But you also seem confident.
I am confident because I believe the facts are on my side.
Former media darling Michael Avenatti heading to prison. The disgraced lawyer will spend 2.5 years behind bars for trying to extort Nike for $25 million. He was apparently weeping in the courtroom today, and his legal troubles far from over.
He got 30 months. That's 1 month for every hair on his head.
And I'm going to make a prediction now. I do not think the president will serve out his term. I just don't. This president will not serve out this term. Again, we're in the second quarter of a 4-quarter game. This president's in trouble, and we're coming from it. I'm not going to answer questions.
Is there a sex tape?
I'm not going to answer that.
Could there be a sex tape?
There could be, might be, would be, could be. Who knows? I mean, this is a very, very serious matter for the president at this point.
Wire fraud related to the theft of millions of dollars from 5 clients, including a paraplegic man who agreed to a multi-million-dollar settlement, but has received only a fraction of the money, despite the fact that Mr. Avenatti received the full settlement amount over 4 years ago.
There's another lawsuit against attorney Michael Avenatti, this time from a paraplegic man whose attorney says he has mental health issues and is destitute.
I wish you'd just given me my money.
On a 1 to 100 scale, the despicability of his conduct ranks 1,000.
You're something of a folk hero now. How are you coping with your newfound fame? I imagine you can't go anywhere.
Well, wait until we actually accomplish something in the coming months.
No, I don't want you to be nervous if you've never been on TV before. These are just cameras. These people all like you. Lawyers don't normally do talk shows.
I'm not your normal lawyer, I guess.
There was a time when you couldn't avoid seeing this slime ball on those liberal networks, and they heaped endless praise on Avenatti, who turned out to be a total fraud.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been looking at all this. I've never heard him ever say a word about Stormy Daniels from 2011 forward.
President Donald Trump is tonight insulting the appearance of porn actress Stormy Daniels. Want to show you what he wrote on Twitter today, calling Daniels horseface.
The entire process is all about results, and that's what we're ultimately interested in, and I'm confident that we're going to win the case.
Stormy Daniels today was ordered to pay President Trump nearly $293,000 for legal fees. This is related to her defamation suit against the president.
I'm going to stand by what I've said recently, which is I think the president will not serve out his term.
How do you shake down a porn star while you're shaking down a president?
The Ponzi scheme.
While you're trying to shake down a Supreme Court justice. Just to think about how he slept at night, going to bed when you're doing all these things. The man is a maniac, and we all saw it coming.
First, Mueller finds no collusion. Now Avenatti gets arrested. Did Donald Trump recently find a genie?
I'm highly educated. I've been very fortunate over the years, and I would venture to say that I have a hell of a lot more class than Donald Trump has ever had.
Michael Avenatti has been arrested for domestic violence. According to the LAPD, he has been booked on felony domestic violence charges.
I don't think you seem that creepy, but that's just me.
Is prison really worse than being on Brian's television?
I have a message for Donald Trump this morning. We are going to work morning, noon, and night to make sure that he is held accountable. We are going to acquire the evidence and the facts. We're going to present that to the American public. They're going to be the jury, Joy, that will ultimately decide what happens to Donald Trump.
He's also facing more charges in California, alleged tax fraud, and also accused of stealing from clients there. In all, he's facing a possible 404 years in prison.
Yeah, the lesson, I think, Dan, is beware the charlatans. Anyone with any sense should have known from the moment Avenatti hit the scene that he was a charlatan. The things that he was saying was outrageous. And now we know he's not just a charlatan, he's a criminal, and he stole money from his client Stormy Daniels. While he was telling her she wasn't getting paid, he was actually taking the money from her.
Adult film actress Stormy Daniels says her attorney, Michael Avenatti, sued President Trump for defamation on her behalf without her permission. Daniels tells the Daily Beast Avenatti started a fundraising website to raise money for her legal expenses without telling her about it. She says he refuses to this day to tell her how that money is being spent.
I'm a trial lawyer. It's what I've done for 2 decades. It's my arena, it's where I'm most at home, and I think it gives me the best chance at winning. And it gives the best chance for the truth and the evidence to come out. I am completely innocent in this case. It should have never been brought, and I'm hopeful that the jury at the end of the case is going to agree.
Attorney Michael Avenatti has been convicted of fraud for stealing nearly $300,000 from former client Stormy Daniels. He helped negotiate a deal for her, but the jury found he redirected her advance money to himself. Daniels was the key witness against him. Avenatti has already been sentenced to prison for trying to extort millions from Nike and still faces a trial in Los Angeles on charges he ripped off other clients.
You know, you got this stuff sitting there in your closet. You know it's there, right? It's you. Then why would you go out in front of the media, make yourself this big public figure? I mean, he had all these appearances in front of the media, knowing that this was going to open, this closet door was going to open.
Mr. Avenatti received money on behalf of clients and simply took the money to finance his businesses and his personal expenses. In one case, after receiving $2.75 million for a client, Mr. Avenatti allegedly took nearly all that money and used it to pay for his portion of a private jet. A jet, incidentally, that we seized yesterday.
What's with
Pasta.
it? Pasta.
I am your voice.